As narrated by the scholar Ibn Khaldun in the 14th century, a letter was sent from Granada, today's southern Spain. It pleaded for help, for unity, for honor, but no help came. Andalusia, once the heart of Muslim civilization in Europe, collapsed. Not because the enemy was stronger, but because those who could have saved it chose silence. Granada, Córdoba, Seville, cities that now belong to modern-day Spain, but once pulsed with the brilliance of Islamic thought, architecture, and art. In Andalusia, Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived under a civilization where books were more valuable than gold. But a beautiful house, left unguarded, cannot withstand a storm. As the Christian kingdoms advanced from the north, the rulers of Granada wrote desperate letters to the Mamluks in Cairo, to the dynasties in Tunis and Fez, to the rising power in Anatolia. Come, help us. Don't let our children be slaughtered. Don't let the light of our knowledge be extinguished. But the Mamluks were crumbling under internal rivalries, the Burji and Bari factions tearing Cairo apart for power. In the Maghreb, civil wars raged as rival dynasties fought for control of fragmented territories. And the Ottomans, still in their early rise, were entangled in their own succession crises and battles with neighboring powers. So the letters sat unopened, the cries unanswered. Even within Andalusia, unity had withered. Leaders competed. Some struck political alliances, hoping to save their own rule, even at the cost of their neighbors' survival. Fear outweighed principle, and survival became a solo game. City by city, they fell. In 1492, after a long siege, Granada surrendered. Its last ruler, Abu Abdullah, handed over the keys. As he wept, his mother said, "Weep like a woman for a kingdom you failed to defend, like a man." Minarets fell silent. Libraries were emptied, and generations of families were given one choice: leave behind everything or lose everything. There was a time when a threat to one life echoed across the entire world. When strangers were not strangers, they were brothers in faith and sisters in pain. One scholar imprisoned, 1,000 pens were lifted, one village under siege, entire cities mobilized. We were once a body, feeling the pain of every part. But when Andalusia cried out, that body was broken. You are probably thinking, they should have never abandoned their people. We would have stood up. They should have spoken. We would have fought. Would we? Because silence doesn't always come from fear. Sometimes it comes from comfort. Today, in the lands that once birthed scholars, scientists, and empires, lands like Damascus, Baghdad, Aleppo, Sana'a, and others we dare not name, families are crying again. Children are digging through rubble. Cities that once lit the world now flicker in darkness. And once again, letters are being written. Once again, the cries rise. But this time, we are the ones pretending not to hear. Andalusia didn't fall in one day. It fell over decades, not by the strength of its enemies, but by the weakness of its unity. We say we remember our history. We teach it, we quote it. But the real question is, have we learned from it? Let your voice be heard in the comments. Subscribe to Echo of History, where the past speaks to the present. Support the revival of truth on Patreon or Ko-fi, because silence is no longer an option.